MetaVerse. That is the biggest topic in crypto with the new trend right now. Facebook has just changed its name to Meta because of the next level of social interaction that's going to happen over the next 3-5 years and beyond. And today, I got a low cap gem for you, which is the launchpad for gaming on and in the metaverse under 2 million market cap. I'm going to bring it to you now before it really explodes, because right now, metaverse is the thing that we want to be paying attention to. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir, the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008. Used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. First big news. Facebook, one of the biggest companies on the planet, has seen the future, and they've been working on the metaverse for over 7 years, investing billions of dollars with physical products, augmented reality, virtual reality, and they believe it's going to be the next big wave of social interaction. They were even talking about having stuff like gloves where you can feel pressure points. So we need to pay attention to the metaverse. But there's more. What I want to show you today is, well, what is the metaverse? I'm learning myself, VR, AR, augmented reality. Someone said, I read an article the other day, it's more time. Time is changing the way we're going to interact with each other. But the project that is under 2 million market cap, that's a low cap gem, it's a launchpad for gaming on the metaverse, is PlayPad. It's a launchpad in the metaverse, and we need to pay attention. Now, what I aim to do with you, because we only do probabilities and never certainties, is bring you projects very, very early, low cap. What that means, there's more risk. This project looks great. The website is live. I'm going to cover with you. The staking is live, and they're about to launch their first IGO initial game offering, new project in the metaverse space, but it's young. But the advantage is, if you get in young, the token itself or PlayPad is likely to a 50 to 100x. But more importantly, the projects it's going to launch are likely, highly probable, to do incredibly well because of the trend. There's a classic saying in trading: the trend is your friend, ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. Now, we're normally looking at waves, but when you're getting into an IGO, initial DEX offering or initial game offering, it's before there's any price action. So what is the information that we have today to help us make a decision? Remember, you're making the decision. If it goes well, good job. If it doesn't, hey, look, part of the game is break even, taking a loss, and some big wins. We need to balance everything out. Yeah, makes sense? All right, let's dive in. What we want to look at is, first of all, the Valhalla metaverse. Velhalla, the game, launched on GameZone and ValorPad and NFT launch the other day. It, my friends, did a 600x on launch and is currently sitting at 400x. That is one of the top performing IGOs, IDOs of 2021. Unreal. But more importantly, the Bluezilla team. You know I'm a fan of the Bluezilla team. Soon they're going to be launching MetaVPad. MetaVPad is going to be a top tier launchpad for the metaverse, because it's a big deal, especially now that Facebook changed its name to Meta. One of the biggest companies on the planet has changed its name to Meta. Talk about what's the clues. Wow. What is MetaPad going to be? MetaVPad. Now, that's not the low cap gem. It's going to be low cap because it's going to launch. But as soon as it launches, it's going to do what PostPad did. It's a 200, 500, 1000x, I think MetaPad's going to do, MetaVPad. So if you can get this one, do. But what we're going to focus on is there one on the market right now that's running under the radar? It's a low cap gem that you can leverage today. Yes, it is PlayPad. I got into their private sale on Safe Launch, which was a few months ago, and I've got membership in PlayPad. I've staked my tokens already, and I'm waiting for their first IGO. So a few things. I want to just kind of give you a bit of a feel, because sometimes, I think I make myself clear, but then I hear your comments and I'm like, okay, I need to make myself clearer. We're looking at two things here. Two things? Yeah, two things. Firstly, the launchpad itself. You can have the launchpad, you can ride the token, and you can just drive the token. And there's the membership where you're going to get access to the IGOs, which is the same as an IDO, which is new projects. And you're going to want to balance the two with your business plan that you're going to create and take full responsibility for. So the comparison I'm going to use now is Game Zone. Game Zone, top tier allocation for Game Zone currently costs $70,000, right? If you want top tier allocation membership, it's been higher, it's been lower, but currently it's $70,000. The last few IGOs, this is the performance. Cryptopolis did a 69x, Gamers did a 29x, and Gospers did a 66x, right? Really healthy performance. But what blew it out the park was Velhalla. Velhalla, the Valus MetaVerse, this space, my gosh, it did a 600x. You have my attention, right? 600x. That's higher than AstroSwap. AstroSwap did like a 500x. It's more than AdaPad. AdaPad did a 360x. Velhalla 600x. One of the main reasons, in my belief, from what I can see, is because of the category metaverse. We've seen Decentraland go from pretty healthy market cap exploding to like $6, $7, $8 billion market cap. Why? Because it's in the space of the metaverse. Now we need to pay attention that this seems to be the new trend. The next month, next 2 months, next 3 months, possibly the next year, and the future as we know it, social interaction on the metaverse. That's why Mark Zuckerberg has said, look, we are invested heavily in this space, so much so we're going to change our name, right? You getting it? Hopefully that's become clear. So what we're going to focus on now is PlayPad. This is the opportunity under 2 million market cap. So let's just read. This is from their website. PlayPad has the next generation launchpad protocol without not fair tier system. In other words, they said, look, I'm a fan of Bluezilla, right? But they're quite expensive, right? If you want the top tier for AdaPad, it's going to cost you $150,000. Top tier on BSC pad is going to cost you nearly $250,000 as of today's price. Game Zone is going to cost you around $70,000. And it's tiered systems, right? This one's got an interesting system that is not in tiers. So it makes it available for everyone, regardless of what you're starting at. And it rewards you for the length of time you've held your token. I'm going to cover that in a second. And the number of tokens itself. So someone that's held the tokens for longer and has less will get rewarded more than someone's got more tokens that's held it for less time. I'll make that clear to you in a second. It also says PlayPad will organize IGO's initial game offering. So it's IDOs in the gaming sector for virtual reality, gaming, play-to-earn projects, multi-chain supported and fully decentralized. So they're focused on play-to-earn games, GameFi on the metaverse, in the metaverse. That's their main niche. My friends, it's already on CoinMarketCap, but also on PancakeSwap. On PancakeSwap, you can buy it. And if you haven't bought before on PancakeSwap, you go to CoinMarketCap, you type in PPAD, that's the ticker symbol, or PlayPad, you copy their contract address, you paste it into PancakeSwap, and the token, that will make sure you get the right token. What I also wanted to emphasize, as of recording this video right now, it's less, according to CoinMarketCap's data, less than 2 million market cap. That is tiny for a launchpad that's focusing on the metaverse space. But what I wanted to make clear, the token itself, PPAD, is a great opportunity. The staking rewards, I'm going to show you in a second, is very, very healthy. And you're probably going to get a 20, 50x if you get in roughly today's price, whatever it is right now, under 2 million market cap. But the bigger opportunity is the next Velhalla, right? That's launched on Game Zone, but the next one is going to launch on PlayPad. What is it going to be? I don't know yet, but I think it's going to do well because of the category. Trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. So their tier system is clever. I like this. I like this a lot. I've thought about this. It's a day and quantity model of allocation system. What it simply means is you have your tokens, the number of tokens you hold, but it takes into consideration how long you've been holding, and it gives you points. So people that have been long in, let's say person 1 has 10,000 tokens and person 2 has 10,000 tokens, but they bought 60 days ago and they bought today, they are going to get a much more allocation, higher allocation, because they've been a believer in the project, a longer holder. So long-term holding, strong holding hands, hodling is incentivized and rewarded, which should protect the token price. Because often what you'll see happening, and this is very, very common, after a big project, you'll see the tokens get dumped, right? They use the project membership, which is natural and normal, and everyone has the right to do what they want to do, but you see a price dump. But now that you're going to lose the day part, if you've been holding for 90 days and you sell and then you're going to restake later, you're going to lose that point system. So that means the incentive to hold is much higher. Yeah, hopefully that's making sense. They do have a penalty also if you sell within 20 days of staking initially. There's a 10% penalty. Other than that, you're free to do as you wish. So they're incentivizing hodling, hold on for dear life in terms of holding on to your tokens. Having higher allocation in your tokens equals maximum allocation. So it's not like a bronze, silver, gold. It's not a sun, earth, moon, Mars kind of flavor some of the other launchpads have. This is simply more tokens, the longer you hold them, the more you're rewarded. So that means the early stakers, even if you haven't got much money to play with and you only put in a few $1,000s, but if you hold them for like 100 days, someone that's going to be buying in 100 days time and buying, let's say 10 times more, you're going to get a higher allocation for holding longer. Hopefully that's making sense. It's called the DQ model for allocation. D standing for number of days and Q standing for quantity of tokens. Staking went live, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and the APY, I think it's a bit lower now, but the APY was a lot higher. But what happens with APY when you're staking your tokens? You stake them, you click approve, you put how many tokens you want to put in, and here there's no tiered system, so you can put as little or as much as you like. You can put in one, and you'll get some allocation. It'll be tiny, obviously, but you put in as much or as little as you like. And then the APY, the more people that stake, the APY gets diluted. But currently, I think it's 150 to maybe 130% APY. So you're going to get more tokens, and you can compound them back in to add to your membership. But what I want to focus on today, right? What I want to really emphasize, I don't think people get this. What we're trying to do is with high probability, and we don't always get it right. Maybe 60, 70, 80% of the time we do get it right, and 20% we don't. That's the name of the game, is we're aiming to predict with high probability what's likely to happen next. So they haven't announced their first project, but I know it's due this quarter. So November or December, within 4 to 6 weeks. I think they're probably going to announce it in November. And when that project is announced, if it's a good project, I don't know what it is, if they announce their first IGO, initial game offering on the metaverse, in the metaverse space, in this category that's trending, it's going to explode. Because as soon as people see, right, the only way I'm going to get access to the IGO is to have my PlayPad membership. I want to have high allocation. That's when people have to buy the tokens, stake the tokens, price appreciates. That's just the supply and demand model. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, right? So IGO, they haven't announced it yet. So when you go on their website, it says, obviously they haven't done any yet. Past will say none, ongoing or none, upcoming. Once that goes live, and the fact that they just put the staking live would make me think in the next 7 to 14 days, maybe less, that they're going to announce their first IGO. If it's a big one, it could do really well. And I like the way they've done the website. It's very, very good. So there you have it. PlayPad, a launchpad in the metaverse. Why am I excited about this? I'm telling you, people bring me projects all the time and I look at them in black and white fashion. I like to have low market cap. This is 2 million. But then it's the category, right? Someone brings me a protocol in the insurance space. I go, hey, that looks like an amazing project. But insurance is not trending right now, right? So if I had to choose between insurance protocol and metaverse, like launchpad in the metaverse or games on the metaverse, I go, that seems to be trending right now. So that's going to likely perform much, much better. The trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend in the metaverse. The fact that Facebook's just changed its name is a big clue. All right, let's finish up on a quote today. What's the quote? World's First, chapter 8. Here we go. This is Henry Ford. And hopefully this one sits because it's important. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. You should be training, my friends. Training, learning, educating yourself. And often people say, I don't know what that means, Jagir. It's new to me. Well, we live in this information age right now, and it's not like it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. We had to go to a library to get a book out or ask somebody. You just go to Google, you watch a YouTube video, you read a Medium article, you listen to a podcast, bang, you're clued on. So with the metaverse, spend some time reading about it. NFTs, gaming, GameFi, play to earn. It's a big deal. Launchpads, even just kind of getting educated on launchpads. PlayPad is a launchpad. So just so we're on the same page, because you may not have seen my other previous launchpads videos and you might not be familiar with launchpads. Before a token gets listed onto PancakeSwap or onto Uniswap, but let's just stick with PancakeSwap on the Binance Smart Chain blockchain, it has fundraising, right? It has its, VC round or private rounds way back 6 months ago. Then it has another round. Then it has a seed round. And then it has its public round normally on the launchpad, right? So it hasn't listed yet. It's still raising funds. But launchpad, one of the biggest benefits to the project is marketing, eyeballs, like, users, right? And then they raise their money and then they launch on the launchpad, put it onto PancakeSwap, and then it's live on the secondary market where anyone can buy. But to get in before it launches at rock bottom prices, you have to have membership. And the way PlayPad works is Number of tokens, number of days, times them together, you get points. The more points you own, the more allocation you get. So long-term holders are going to get the best allocations, especially if you got a lot of tokens. Hopefully that all makes sense. Do your own research. We do probabilities and never certainties. I'm going to finish on this because it annoys me. It annoys me when I see the comments. And sometimes I'm like, oh man, come on, let's up your level. If you're at this level, fantastic. If you're below this level, come on, you need to get to a minimum level. We're playing a game of probabilities, which means this. If we find 10 low cap gems, 10, we anticipate 2, maybe 4. If we're doing really well, 4 is incredible. 2 is incredible. 1 is even like, a unicorn kind of, that's what VCs do, venture capitalists. They look for the 1, but they don't know which one. So we've got 10. But one of these 10, each one of these 10 has the potential to outperform the whole portfolio. Could do 1,000x. But at the time of buying, we don't know which one because there's information that we don't have. So let's just say we did a strategy which was we're going to allocate 10% of our portfolio size. Let's say it was 10 grand, right? Just to keep numbers simple. 10% of $10,000 is 1,000. So you can put 1,000 into position 1, 1,000 position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Position 1 does 100x. Fantastic. You've just made 100 grand. But you still got another 9. Position 2 flops. I don't know. It turns out, let's just say the worst happened. It was a rug pull. And we go, man, the information, let's say it was Squid Game. Squid Game looked good. The website looked on point. It wasn't on a launchpad, which meant, we had to kind of do our own research, but it looked good. But, they got one on us. Okay, that was the second position. Okay, we lost that 1,000. But we're still 100,000 up because of the first one. The second one, let's just say it breaks even. It goes up, goes down, and it stays at roughly the same price for a long time, break even. This one is running at 50% loss. This one does a 20x. 1,000 turns to 20 grand, and so on and so forth. So on average, what you're looking for is the 1, 2, 3, or 4 that are going to do the 100x, 1,000x, 50x, those amazing, beautiful numbers. But you also know you're probably going to get 1 or 2 that are going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 that are going to do 3, 4, 5x's, 10x's, 20x's, and that balances out your whole portfolio. Is that making sense? I used to be a math teacher. I used to teach at secondary school, GCSE level, and I was qualified up to A level. But this doesn't require A level and degree level mathematics. It doesn't. All we go is, look, we got 10 rolls of the dice. And each roll, we got a probability 1 out of 6 to get a 6, right? Or we got a probability of 50% of hitting an even number, right? But we don't know. We're playing the odds, right? So smart investing, smart educated investors, the high level, know this information. The best traders on the planet. Like if you read the book that I'm in, I've got my own book, but I'm featured in this book, High Probability Trading Strategies. Do you mind if I read this to you? Like I'm gonna read this to you. I'll read this to you. At the front it says, this is Robert Miner, one of the world's greatest technical traders. At the front it says here, Jagir, thanks for your support and contribution to the book. This is in 2008, but I'm in chapter, where is it? Chapter 8. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see that. He won't mind me showing this. Do you see my name there? It's chapter 8. Let's see if I can point my finger on it. It says my name here. You see that? Down here? Jagir from the United Kingdom. And he just used some trade examples, but it was fascinating that this is important and really relevant. Because what he said was, I'll read it to you. And keep in mind, I was 23, 24 at the time. I was just a young dude, just enthusiastic learner. I was just practicing. I've been practicing ever since. Mainly focused on Forex. But I'm going to just read this to you because it's important. Right, here we go. Let me see if I can get it like this. Okay, here we go. So Jagir Singh, London, United Kingdom. It says Jagir submitted. He asked me to submit some examples because he was one of my main mentors for using Fibonacci, Elliott Wave. This guy has been doing it from the 80s, right? 80s, before computers. He was drawing it on spreadsheets, like literally drawing the charts, like next level. This guy, but he doesn't really do crypto too much. He does more commodities, crude oil. He does bond markets, etc., etc. But he does do Bitcoin and Ethereum. I asked him 4 years ago to start covering Bitcoin and Ethereum, and he starts doing some of that as well. But he says here, Jagir submitted 5 examples with as many as 11 screen captures for each example. This entire chapter could have been just his examples. The trades he submitted included big winners and small losers with a good variety of trade situations. Jagir had traded less than a year. This was less than a year back in 2008 when he sent me these examples. He had flown from the United Kingdom. So I went to Denver, Colorado to meet Bob. He was doing a workshop in Denver, Colorado to attend a live one-day workshop offered in Denver, February 2007. 2007, jeez. That's how long ago was that? Is that 14 years ago? Is that right? Jeez, that was 24. He was a new trader at the time and had some trading instruction in the United Kingdom, but didn't start trading on a regular basis until spring of 2007, following the workshop in Denver. I think an important reason for his success is that he was new to trading and didn't have a lot of bad habits and an ego to overcome when he began trading. He was the ideal student. He treated trading as a business right from the start. As you will see from the two examples I include here, he followed the high probability trading plan taught in this book to a T and has found great success. Jagir did not send any text commentary. This is the part I wanted to read here. All of the comments he's put on. Here we go. Yeah, he's just saying this here. I've recaptured the notes. He gave, here we go. This is the part here. This is the part that I wanted you to take home as the lesson here. He gave a few examples with large profits, but I've chosen to show a couple of trades with fairly small profits where a less experienced trader may have had losses, given the market reversals made during the trades. Jagir made at least small profits on the trades by applying good trading strategies and good trade management. And then it just shows like my charts and everything else, the Japanese yen and so on and so forth. Why am I showing you that? Well, it's probabilities. Like the book, he titled the book, right? He titled the book, which I love this book. It's called High Probability, not certainty trading strategies. It's high probability. And what I'm doing here with the retail venture capital strategy is we're finding low cap gems. There's no real price action. There's no real chart patterns that we're really looking at, but we're looking for information. What kind of information do we have? Well, it's a launchpad. The launchpads in themselves are trending. We have it in the IGO space, games, right? NFTs, play to earn. That's trending. But the big trend now, like literally right now, the fresh trend is MetaVerse, right? Facebook, one of the biggest companies on the planet, which kind of revolutionized the world, the way we communicate, and this whole social platform thing that we got is moving social to the next level to the point that they changed their name. But with all of those things stacked in our favor, it doesn't mean there's any guarantees. So you should have a risk-free element. I like, even with 100, like this token PlayPad, I think it has, it's a 2 million market cap. So let's just say it gets to 100 million market cap. That's a 50x. So even though we got 50x comfortable, potential, doesn't mean we should just set our target if we're just trading the token. I go, maybe 5x. Maybe 5x and exit 20% money back in your pocket. And now you're risk-free, right? Now, no matter what happens, you're going to make money. Then you got your IGOs that are going to launch in the metaverse category. Then you just launch, whatever allocation you get, you maximize your allocation, and then you have your plan per IGO, right? And some of these IGOs you saw do 50x's, 100x's. Velhalla did a 600x. Will PlayPad's IDOs and IGOs do 600x's? I have no idea. 600 was an outlier. And that's not the average, right? And it's in the Bluezilla ecosystem, which is top tier ecosystem, and they've been around. BSE Pad launched in March, so they've got a lot more proof of concept, a lot more community, and so on and so forth. Whereas PlayPad is at the beginning of the journey. But what I'm aiming to do for you and help you with, is to have foresight, see the future, right? With high probability but no guarantees. So we're buying in at 2 million market cap, meaning there's higher risk. It's a seed that hasn't developed. But what has it got? It's got his website. It's got his staking. It's got contracts. It's got his audit thing. You can go on the website and you can kind of read it. It's got proof of concept. The APYs have been paid out. It's on CoinMarketCap. It's on CoinGecko. It's done its IDO on Safe Launch, private round a few months ago. I think it was a few months ago. They've just updated a few other things. Staking went live yesterday. They got their farming as well, so you can also do with LP tokens. You can do that also. So then the next step is going to be their first IGO. This one, as a first launchpad, I think is better than some of the others that I looked at. We had LunarPad. I think it did its first IGO or IDO the other day. I think it did okay. I'm not sure the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm glad that they've done the first one. The second one looks promising, but this one just looks healthier, and it's in the metaverse space, and they're really, really niching. So there you have it. Right? PlayPad, do your own due diligence. We do probabilities, never certainties. I'm going to rabbit on. I'm going to rabbit on about probabilities. What? Probabilities. Why? Because I'm reading your comments and it annoys me to say some people are doing stuff blind, and I'm like, don't point the finger. And some people are making like hundreds of thousands, millions. Someone said they made 3 million. Okay, it was in rupees, but they made 3 million just from doing this stuff. Some people have made tens of thousands, ones of thousands. I know students of mine that have made over 1 million now. Some have made, again, 100,000. I go, hey guys, good job, because ultimately you have to take the action, right? And some positions haven't done well. Some positions went up and then came back down. Some people bought at the top and then came back down and then went up, or haven't gone up yet. So there's patience and everything else. But why I'm giving you this and why I'm kind of really kind of trying to drill this point home, you have to up your level. You have to up your level, because otherwise what we're doing here, right? You have to know the rules of the game, take full responsibility. I'm going to finish with the quote. Yeah, you read the quote already. I know, but repetition is the mother of all skill. So we must repeat this quote, and then we're going to finish. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. Henry Ford. Time to get ahead, my friends. All right. See you soon.